In a small, tightly knit village in northern Nigeria, tradition ruled with an iron hand. For generations, silence and submission were the expected virtues of a woman. But in this story, one young girl dares to rewrite the narrative. Her name is Aisha Ogan, a girl who dreams beyond the constraints of her culture. Aisha wasn't like the other girls in her village. While they were being prepared for early marriages, Aisha dreamed of classrooms and careers. Her father, Alhaji Musa, a firm believer in tradition, saw no value in educating a girl. But for Aisha, the power of knowledge was her key to freedom. Despite his objections, Aisha persisted, even when it seemed impossible. One day, in the family's courtyard, Alhaji Musa announced that Aisha would marry the following month. Her future was already decided, but Aisha stood tall and defiant. "Baba, I cannot. I want to finish school." The air grew thick with tension. A daughter challenging her father was an unimaginable act in their culture. Yet Aisha's mother, Mama Zainab, watched silently, offering her quiet support. Amid the turmoil, Yusuf, Aisha's childhood friend, became her confidant and ally. Under the shade of an ancient baobab tree, he whispered, "You're not just fighting for yourself. You're fighting for all the girls in this village who dream but are too afraid to speak." His words fueled her resolve. Together, they made a plan to convince her father that education was a cause worth fighting for. Late one night, as the village lay silent, Aisha knelt on her prayer mat. Her voice, barely above a whisper, sought divine strength. "Give me the courage to show my father that a daughter's voice is not rebellion, but hope." Her tears fell, each one strengthening her will to stand firm, not just for herself, but for every girl in the village whose dreams had been silenced. Years later, Aisha stood proudly in front of a classroom, teaching young girls who, like her, had defied the odds to seek knowledge. Her father, now watching from a distance, observed with a mixture of pride and reluctance. The silence of tradition had been broken, replaced by the hopeful laughter of girls in classrooms. This was the change Aisha had fought for. And it all began with one girl who refused to be silenced. This is Aisha's story, a story of courage, love, and the unyielding belief that every daughter deserves a voice. What will you stand for?